Tag of gold in the news today. Tag Gold trades as TGC on the CSE. So we finally have some results in here from the Fisher property. To run through those results, CEO Tim Tremunde. Tim, appreciate the time here. Been waiting for these a while. A couple numbers have you excited. I want you to run through the highlights here for investors.
Yeah, Rob, thanks very much. And thanks for the invite and hope you're having a good summer. We just finally are putting out results from the Fisher program that the Fisher joint venture completed back in March. It's been a slow process with basically waiting for results from the lab, and then our partners wanted to be sure on some of these results, so they sent a few to an umpire lab to make sure that everything was meeting strict quality control. In a nutshell, we've completed 4 holes in March, reporting these 4 holes. One of these holes is the highest gold values reported to date on the Fisher property, in the history of the Fisher property. So we're very, very excited about that. Hole 65 returned 4.9 grams gold over 8.1 meters. So works out to almost 40 gram meters, which is very, very significant. It's double the average head grade that goes through the Santoy deposit, or through the CB mill mining the Santoy deposit just to the north of us. It's a completion of 4 holes of 1,156 meters, roughly 4,000 feet of drilling. The drilling was part of a bigger program that actually was suspended due to breakup. I mean, they kind of planned on that happening, but it came a lot earlier than anybody thought. People following the weather in Saskatchewan, it was a miserable year to try and do winter work. It was just too warm. Ice wasn't thick enough, that kind of thing. So the program was suspended in early April, resumed again in June, and that program is just wrapped up too. So I'll get into that a little bit later. But of the 4 holes that were completed at the end of March, all 4 of them returned significant gold mineralization, that is greater than 1 gram per ton. 2 of the holes had visible gold reported in them. Just in a nutshell, one of the other holes, aside from the highlight I gave you earlier, one of the other holes returned 3.8 grams over 3.6 meters. That was hole 64. And hole 62 returned 3.5 grams over 2.83 meters. Again, very significant results. But the barn burner hole was hole 65. So the one interval there that over 8.13 meters, the 4.91 grams, within that interval, there was another high-grade interval of 7 grams over 5 meters. So again, very, very significant results. All these holes were drilled in the MAC North zone. So the Fisher JV now, which is composed of Taiga and SSR Mining, we're 20/80 in the joint venture, is basically the start of resource definition work on the MAC North zone. We're all very confident now that the zone is holding together. This last round of drilling confirmed that again. So it becoming, the next steps in that will be to actually drill off a resource and to see, what kind of size it is. Right now, it's the dimensions are about 180 meters by 650 meters, but it is open in all directions, and more drilling will help us define exactly what we're looking at. And again, the MAC North zone is one small area of the strike length of the Santoy Shear. The Santoy Shear goes through the Fisher property for about 25 kilometers, and it's only been tested in a very discrete number of areas. So, we're hopeful that now that we've shown at MAC North that there are mineralized deposits along the Santoy Shear, that we'll find more of them. There's no reason to think we won't. It's just a matter of a function of drilling, more and more drilling and more exploration activity on the property.
Yeah, let's get into that here. You just laid out a plethora of activity here. Obviously, investors like busy companies. Drilling is what you're there to do. Lay out the back half of the year. How do you see things going?
Sure. We just wrapped up the latest program. I think last night was the completion of the last hole. So that program saw another 7 holes, 2,800 meters or 9,300 feet, those 7 holes. Those holes were more, I would say, wildcatting, more exploratory in nature. They were testing the MAC area, a couple more holes in the MAC North that we're reporting in this news release here now, and another 3 holes in the Jasmine zone. So, the JV is now sort of peppering other areas on the Santoy Shear, looking for more mineralization, like we've discovered at the MAC North zone. Since SSR optioned the property from us in 2016. Originally optioned from Eagle Plains, as you know, Eagle Plains spun out Taiga to more property value the Fisher property. But SSR has completed 37,000 meters of drilling. That's 121,000 feet, 95 drill holes, and spent over $14 million on the property to date. So, this isn't chump change. These guys are very serious about exploration of this property. It's right beside the CB Gold operation. So we're hopeful that down the road, the Fisher property will be a source of feed for the CB mill. Taiga owns, outside of the JV, also has a 2.5% net royalty on most of the ground comprising the Fisher property. So that could be worth a lot down the road if we can find more ore on the property. That royalty itself has a $100,000 advance royalty commitment to it. So no matter what happens going down the road, Taiga will get $100,000 from the Fisher JV annually. And to date, between Eagle Plains and Taiga, we've received $3.8 million in cash payments from SSR. So the Fisher has been a very, very significant property to us for certain, and obviously by the actions of SSR, it's important to them as well.
Okay, I guess we'll stay tuned there. Before I let you go, treasury check, and you keep that share structure pretty tight here. Where are you at now?
Sure. We're very, very healthy as a company. In treasury right now is about $5.5 million. About $1 million of that is in accounts payable for a drill program we did earlier on the Orchid project. We're starting to see Orchid results dribble in, so we expect in the next 2 to 3 weeks to be able to put some numbers out on the Orchid property. We have now 95 million shares free trading of Taiga, about another 25 million in options and warrants that are outstanding right now. So again, quite a tight company with a very solid project portfolio, all focused on gold in Saskatchewan.
Okay, we'll appreciate that update, and we'll certainly look forward to keeping our eye out for more news. That's Tim Tremunde. He's the CEO, Taiga Gold Corp, TGC on the CSE. Again, Tim, appreciate the time. We'll look forward to checking back in when you have some more numbers from Fisher.
Thank you, Rob. Looking forward to seeing you in September.